attacks on our democracy are unacceptable.
Here we go again on the Asia channel. Has China been a naughty boy again with cyber attacks on the United Kingdom? The video that you just seen there before, I will show the full video at the very end, is the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, David Cameron, now Foreign Secretary, I do believe, telling us what happened on the UK side. Now, let's see what this UK claim and the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom did in the Houses of Parliament not so long ago. We can read the outline right now. Deputy Prime Minister has told the House of Commons that China is responsible for malicious cyber campaigns targeting the Electoral Commission and MPs. The Deputy Prime Minister says 2 people and a company linked to the Chinese state have been sanctioned by the UK government. The Deputy PM has also said that campaign against the Electoral Commissioner's system happened in 2021 and 2022, but insisted no harm came to the cyber attacks. The Deputy PM also told members of Parliament he would be summoning the Chinese ambassador for an explanation of what happened. He also says the attacks by China have not succeeded, and the government was taking steps to address the threat. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman has rejected the accusations, with the Chinese embassy in London claiming that they are fabricated and malicious slanders. Sir Ian Duncan Smith, one of the MPs who said he has been targeted by cyber attacks, says that the sanctions are not enough and are likened them to be an elephant giving birth to a mouse. Ooh. Okay, so a member of Parliament, Sir Ian Duncan Smith, I can't remember what he did before. I think he was the PM, was he? Or in the Conservative Party, saying that he had been cyber attacked and however he found out with the Chinese. But let's go to a Chinese newspaper and see their reply. London's concern about the China threat are increasingly veering towards absurdity. On Monday, the British Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Oliver, publicly accused China in Parliament, alleging that the Chinese state affiliated actors were involved in 2 cyber attacks targeting British democracy institutions and lawmakers. He also announced sanctions on 2 individuals and 1 company. Some British media outlets claimed that China obtained personal details of 40 million voters. The Deputy PM also announced the statement was supported by the US and other allies were expected later in the day. This may be the start of another collective attempt by the West to smear China. Now, please note that comes from Global Times, China Daily, Chinese state media. So that is their response to it. Let's take a break. So here's the question. Who do you think is right? Who do you think is wrong? A lot of the information you can just find online. You can read it, you can analyze it. If you want to go to the Chinese side, go and type in Google Global Times, go and type in Google China Daily or Xinhua News, and you can see the Chinese side of it in English. And then you will have 2 sides of the story. I think what both sides need to do is show the actual evidence. In other words, the UK government should show their accusations, show us the facts, show us not the story or talking, show us the evidence, show us the cyber attacks, show us the evidence. Obviously, some things have to be subtracted in a way that we can't show everything because it's going to relate to personal details. And also, for China, you've been accused. Don't just say, oh, it's bad. Go and show us the facts. Now, this is something which China doesn't do. And I could say other governments may do the same. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. If China wants to clear that really bad image that may be created from the West, and vice versa, if America wants to clear that image created by the Chinese media, then show us the evidence. Obviously, there's going to be some security issues, so make sure it's safe to show. Now, don't talk the talk and say we can't show it because of security issues. There's got to be a way around it. When you show us the evidence and the proof, and verified by an independent source, for example, like Switzerland, then we can actually start to believe either side. At the moment, who knows who's telling the truth? Who knows who are telling lies? They always joke that politicians are trained to actually tell porcupines, tell them a little bit lies. Doesn't matter whether they come from China, whether they come from India, or whether they come from the United Kingdom or Colombia or the United States of America. And it's really difficult to actually choose sides. I was actually speaking to a Chinese friend this morning, and we were sort of talking a little bit about this. And it always seems to be the same case. News media is very, very subjective nowadays. What I've done here today is very objective. This is the Deputy Prime Minister accusing China, okay? I've done that, but also I've done the Chinese side as well for you, and their rebuttal related to it. And again, what both sides need to do is, like in a court of law, show us the evidence, not circumstantial, show us the actual physical evidence. And if anything is just too sensitive and it's a state secret, for example, then you can sort of like take that bit away. So we can see the article from Sir Ian Duncan Smith. We can see the cyber attacks from China. And then we can see from China there have been no cyber attacks, and this is just a malicious rumor, as they say with the Global Times, the article where I got the newspaper, the information from. I think that's it. Bye-bye for now.
Attacks on our democracy are unacceptable. Yet that is what organisations backed by China have done. Today, we are publicly calling them out, and we've taken action. We've summoned the Chinese ambassador, and we are putting sanctions, travel bans, asset freezes on the individuals and the group responsible. Such action from China will not be tolerated. We will always seek to defend ourselves from those that threaten our values and our democracy, and we encourage other countries to do the same.
Thank you so much for your time. It's one thing I could never give back to you. The customary messages at the end, please like, subscribe and share. And if you do want to support this channel financially, there is a link in the description below if you ever get to the end of the video. And wouldn't life be wonderful as a cat? Look at this. Thursday, what's the day? Tuesday morning, and my cat, Little Pickle, is just enjoying life 100%. Oh, how we wish to be cats. Bye-bye.